welcome to a new series with me, Demon, from Demon Media. So I finally finished with finals, so I have some time to get back into City Skylines and Crusader Kings, and I figured what better way to get started with my summer break than to start a new build, and this is what we're going to be doing today. We are going to start in our Old Town section, and I kind of want to follow the idea of the Zocalo, the town center with all the government religious buildings in the middle, and then from there we'll probably start plotting out where we're going to have our modern center. I do have a few mods on, so I will be using some of the older architecture themes, perhaps something Mediterranean-like, or we'll see what pops up. But why don't we get started? Let's start by doing our connection here. Unlock these other roads. Alright, so first of all, this looks like farmland. I don't think we've unlocked resources yet to confirm, but it looks like farmland, so I'm gonna try to stay away from this. I'm thinking this is relatively flat, right? So I'm gonna use this for my old town. If I wanted to expand over here, this might be okay place for my industry for now. There's another highway connection that we can utilize up here, just so we don't get too much traffic. And then we can even use this entire section here for a modern downtown, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start by laying out my road. Now let's see. We're going to try to keep this as close as possible over here. I'm trying to line everything up. So I'm going to have this build out a square. So in essence, this would probably be too small, but it's good. Just start to get us. I think that's fine for now. Now the other thing I'm thinking, I'm going to want to divide my farmland. I'm also going to want to divide my industry. If this is going to be my industry, we have a natural formation dividing it already. But this, if it's going to connect directly to the freeway, I'm going to want to turn this into an arterial. So I don't want to build anything. I'm not going to want to build anything right here. I'm also going to want to develop a little bit before that. I think this is going to be my original housing location. Now let's get some water. I think this is going to be fine for now. Now we'll want to get our water pipes. That is a lot of pipe. I think we'll be okay. Gotta get our first, whoops. That's fine. Still in the right of way. Okay, so let's start planning how we want to do this, because as much as I don't like fossil fuels, I'm thinking long-term 40 megawatts power output's gonna be worth it. If I want to get something similar, I'm gonna have to plop down 5 of these, which is almost twice as much. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna want to build this bridge over here and just start my industry. We'll get rid of this in the future, so it's not that big of a deal. We just have to live with it for now. However, I do want to center this over here. I don't want the so I am gonna have to run this power line all the way down there, and I'm thinking yeah, this is not ideal. And I think we're gonna have to actually move our development here. And we'll just figure this out later. It's fine. It will be okay. Yeah, we'll just have to make this work. So why don't we just get started and see what happens. Oh, there we go. We got our first house being built. Let's do that. Switch. We just gotta make sure we don't overdo it on our expenses. I know we got a lot of maintenance already. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add a few things. Yeah, that's a great way to start off with no water to our power facility, and no waste treatment facility. That's how you start your cities. That is exactly how you start your cities. I mean, if you don't start your city like that, clearly you're not playing City Skylines 2 correctly. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit. Let's watch some of this development. Let's see, what do we got? What's going on right here? This is quite a different style of home. mulberries. We got some mulberries, spruce, beechwood, kings. All right, all moving in. Let's just make sure we plop some more housing. Or rather, let's zone for some more housing. Let's get our residents in here and get our first achievement, as well as some tax revenue. Not too shabby. Now we are going to want to start looking at our commercial over here. So let's go. Now I think eventually I am going to replace some of the zoning with city services, fire station, what have you. Oh, this might not work. I think I overzoned. Actually, I think this is going to work out just fine, because what we can do is leave some of this space available for our future municipal uses. Let's see, come on, let's get to connecting. Alright, I'm just gonna leave this alone for a little bit. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna extend the road network because we are gonna need to flop down some industry really quick. Some of this will be removed later. Don't worry too much about that. You know, it is what it is. Things get demoed, reused. Okay, this is not gonna work. Okay, maybe I will do this. Try to get us connected. And there you have it. I will have to replace this at some point. And perhaps I'll actually de-zone some of this. Yeah, just to make sure. Okay. So it looks like we're off to a somewhat decent start. A few hiccups along the way, but this is City Skylines. Sometimes things just happen. Alright, so let's check our usage. We're going to want to reduce our tax or spending on our electricity and water. Let's see, how much is that? How bad are we? Not bad, not bad. Okay, yeah, so that's gonna bring down our monthly. Oh, what happened? Not operating. Okay, is it my budget? Let's says my capacity is good, so why would this not be working? It says my light, see, my lines are still blue and green, so what is the issue? Give it a little second, see if it lights up again. Wow, waste treatment facility is working. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. You would think if there was an issue... Oh, it's back on. Yeah, you would think if there was an issue, though, it would tell us. And speaking of issues, there's not enough workers, probably because our residential demand is up and we have not done anything about it. So let's just start connecting these right here, and we're gonna add some more housing. Now we're gonna want to do 4. Yep, 4 blocks up. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, it's probably a good time now to demo this. Let's make sure our connection stays there. And I think we're good. And the reason why we want to delete that is because we don't want the pollution from an industry building to seep into it. While we're at it, we've kind of already made this a commercial block, so why don't we just keep that up? So I'm thinking this is going to be our old town. Can't paint it yet, but we'll definitely, I'm thinking this might be a good place to kind of divide from our potentially future modern area. I'll leave myself a reminder there, but we'll just have to see how things develop. We're not going to get too fancy right now. I mean, realistically, you know, we have to get to our first achievement. We have to make sure we have adequate, start developing adequate resources or income before we get too, there we go, before we get too crazy. So we've unlocked taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, education, campus, landfill. We need to get that up ASAP. Yeah, there's a few things we need to get up immediately. Landfill, if not, we're going to have trash backing up and then residents leaving. Education and medical. So why don't we look at that next? Exit out of here and look at our electricity. We do need to bump that back up. Let's go. I think we'll be okay for a little bit. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's get that landfill. Again, landfill's not the greatest, especially you don't want your landfill too close to the water because that will create some seepage. 16,000, 4,000. So these are some of the trade-offs that we have to deal with. We can get less pollution, less landfill, because this actually processes the trash, but it's 16,000 compared to a landfill of 4,000. Pollution 100, pollution 25. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're just gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to bite the bullet on that one. All right. Sorry, y'all. It's gotta happen. Actually, I think we're not doing too bad on money. I'm gonna want to start upgrading some of these roads before we, and you can see, look, trash is already picking up. I'm gonna want to upgrade some of these before I start putting any swappable buildings like the education, medical, and so on. And the reason for that is because sometimes you'll plop these buildings in and then you can't upgrade it, and then you gotta move it. So better just upgrade this while we're here. I think we have the money to, you know, do okay, so it's not a big deal. The question now is, where do we put our school? I think if this is going to be an arterial, this should probably be a, yeah, it should probably be a collector. I think we're going to do that right now. Yeah, sorry y'all. And I'm going to pause it because our electrical is going to get taken out. No big deal. No big deal. They will recover just fine. I think we're actually ready to start building on the other side. Okay, let's pop down this education. Stay focused on this before we start getting there. We're almost out of money, so we're gonna wanna give it a little bit of time to catch up, because our next buy is gonna have to be the medical clinic for 10K. And while we're waiting, let's check on our electricity. Water seems to be doing fine. Not dying on us again. Not sure what that was about. This has happened before, and sometimes I feel like the water levels might have changed, and that might be causing those issues. But I actually don't know. So if you know what might have caused those issues, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Look at that. Our money's going up. RCI meters getting kind of, you know, managed. Let's see, it's not totally flat though. Parking lot looks a little funky, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We don't have the money to be worried about that right now, you know? And I'm kind of thinking I want to leave this block or these two open so that we can do some kind of paths. Just want to, you know, leave people the opportunity to walk around from place to place. Our money's doing a little bit better, so why don't we start expanding our water? That way we can put some housing in here. And look at that, as soon as I put it down, we had buildings going up. Alright, let's start connecting this. So long term, what I'm thinking, I do want to start a farming industry here. Still haven't unlocked this, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some farming here. We might be able to, you know, expand over here and do forestry industry. No, hold on, let's take care of our RCI before we get. And I think this is going to be our downtown city center. We might do like a leisure area over here. But I do want to do an amusement park as well. So maybe over here. We'll have to keep an eye out, but I haven't actually built an amusement park yet, so I want to do that for sure. I think this is okay to be more residential. And I'm gonna leave this available. I'm debating whether we should put more connections here. I actually think this might also be a collector that'll just kind of swing around the edge. Yeah, let's just upgrade it now before I forget. I think eventually what I'll do is the residential zoning here, we'll turn that into high density. And I'm gonna leave these gaps here so that we can put in some landscaping later. You know what? Oops, totally forgot we were missing water pipes. And we are now a worthy village. So we can buy a tile, we can do some districts, policies, second loans, but with that comes emergency services and police department, which means if we don't put down a police department soon, our crime rate is going to go through the roof. And we can't have that. Residents are going to be upset. So, sorry, y'all. Let's check our resources. Yes. So, as you can see here, we have a lot of farmland. So, why don't we paint this now? Yeah, so let's do. This is going to be our kind of historical. Our historical, commercial. And I'm not planning to stick with the name of Westfield. So we are gonna have to. So it's mostly our commercial that's going up. But as our industry begins to go up, I think we're gonna start doing farm rather than this polluted industry, because that is ugly. And as you can see, it's starting to radiate into the water. So far, it doesn't seem to be affecting it, but I don't want that to happen either way. And while we're at it, let's actually change this. Is it 2 C's, 1 C? Yeah, I can't remember. I'll have to check later. Yeah, so you can see here we have a few different styles we can go with. I'm actually forgetting which one's which, so why don't we just try. Actually, why don't we practice? Why don't we test try a few out over here? I'm thinking Mediterranean or Baroque, South France. I guess that's. Let's try. Actually, why don't we try a couple of different styles? Let's try a 4x4. Let's try a 2x2. Let's try a 3x3 and see what pops up. I don't know. Is this South France style? I will leave that to you to tell me, because I don't know. France is definitely on the bucket list of places to visit. I would be lying if I said I have been there yet. So somebody feel free to let me know if that's anything like what you're familiar with. Okay, so why don't we try something different? Baroque, rock. Well, I'm a little disappointed, but maybe they just start off this way, and you kind of just have to wait for them to develop a little bit before the finer details come in. There you go. Got some crime happening, but you know, that's why we left this available. This is where our firehouses and whatnot can be in. All right, and we got landscaping, parking, not parking, available. But before that, I actually want to start thinking about developing our industry area. And the reason why is because while our RCI meter isn't necessarily going up too much there, I'm thinking we could probably develop a farm community over here to relieve some of that housing as well. So why don't we do that? All right. I want to make sure I have a good amount of the fertile land on the inside. The outside, not so much, because that's probably where we're going to build our housing and commercial. That's good enough for now. So why don't we start making these connections? would be great if I had learned all the hotkeys in the game, so I'm seeing my cursor all over the place, but sorry y'all, it's just not gonna happen right now. Thinking I might want to get a few things of commercial right around here. Yeah, because then that's gonna happen. Electricity. Speaking of electricity, let's bump up our budget one more time. So I'm trying to figure out where would be a good place for a nice little farming community. Yeah, maybe right here. But this is gonna be our arterial. Actually, do we? Yeah, we do. Oh god. If we update this, maintenance is 96 cents a week. I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit. Okay, hold on, what's going on right here? Noise pollution? Oh, yeah. I see. Huh. Why is there so much? It's because it's a collector? Can't do anything about that right now. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so we have enough for a medical clinic. So I think we're gonna want to maybe actually get rid of that. Get rid of those sick people and yeah, go to clinic instead. Kill or take care of two problems with one stone, if you will. Now, what's next? What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. Parks, duh. I think a plaza for our Zocalo would be great. Perhaps even on the collector. But why do that when you can do this? I'm just trying to think. If this is supposed to be our town square, that the original people. Oh, what's going on over here? Really? So, if this was supposed to be the original kind of square where the original settlers of this community came, and this is their commercial center, you might think maybe this. Some of this, yeah, I'm thinking right here. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you agree, if you disagree, why. Yeah. Now our leisure. Yeah, we can use another. We can use a park. Something small and cheap. That's actually pretty big. Now, sometimes I forget how big these assets can be. Maybe we'll do a small playground. Add some paths. Oh god, that's pretty. Oof, that's pretty bad. Whoa. What? This is not even a playground. This is a crater. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to be a pro at landscaping. Oh wow, that was pretty bad. That's not making things better. Okay, I guess neighborhood kids are just gonna play in a crater. Okay, well, have one already right here. Don't need one anymore, do we? So let's get some housing. I think this is going to be all commercial. And I mean, you know what? If we have to... Oh, what? Really? How does this not... I don't... Hold on, I'm gonna stop this real quick. I don't understand how... that doesn't work. I mean, I feel like it was already in zone, so why? Yeah, I'll just play with it. Whatever, it's all good. It's working with our electricity budget. I think it's fine for now. But we are going to need to consider potentially expanding our power sources, more capacity, infrastructure, what have you. Okay, let's take one more look at where we can build a community, and I'm thinking, yeah, right here. Yeah, let's do it. This might need to be a collector, now that I'm looking at it. Well, problem for another day. This is going to be our little farming community. I do want to just, you know, play around with the different themes. So what should we... Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try out some different styles. We have European, modern city center. We're not going to do that. Obviously, it's not going to be big city skyscrapers. Working class, no. Why don't we try Swedish here? And then we'll try Netherlands here. Let's double check Swedish, Netherlands. Actually, I'm gonna double check over here too. What? Broke. Since we don't have too much stuff, I'm gonna just go over here and do this. And watch everything get destroyed right now. Or not. I don't know. I haven't played this in a while, so forgive me, y'all. Yeah. I mean, we have all these themes, so why not use them, right? Alright, so we got Swedish, we got Netherlands. What else are we gonna try over here? It's not urban working class, so let's try to stay away from that. I don't know if we tried this for housing, because over there it's commercial, and over here, let's try Berlin. Let's make sure our water, yeah, water's good. So let's start plopping this zoning down. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's a little tree in the middle. I've mostly played on vanilla, so I honestly haven't seen a lot of these themes. You know, it seems like a pretty basic home you'd find over here in America, suburbs, American suburbs anyways, I think. I mean, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But the Sunset Residence. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this because our power plant caught on fire. Huh. Huh. It's just a sign that we had to seriously improve our capacity. So let's actually increase. Okay, let's do this. Let's get some. Yeah, let's get this started. And let's plop down another power plant. Because we need it. Okay, so let's reconnect our energy. Let's do that. And what else? Before we even start, why don't we just look? Garbage processing. Yeah, let's. Nope, we can't even do that. Okay. Sure. Now, how cool would that be? Having your fire station right here, right on the water. Look at that. They're already getting to work. Ain't that something? But you have your fire station. Obviously, you need a couple more windows. Let me have these in the back. But ideally, you'd have like little patio area. You can just watch the river, and you can see the city. And why is there water? Is it still the energy problems? Let's bump our budget up. And let's see how we're doing. Now remind me, is the DLC mod still? No, buildings on fire. Okay, we're back to normal. So yeah, note to self for any new folks, it is very important to have a fire building station in your industry area because it tends to catch on fire quite a bit. So that is just a note of caution. And I think we're eventually going to want to transition this from all these dirty industries to clean industries. Because imagine, you have a city, a modern downtown center here, and you're going to be looking at all this. Nobody wants to do that. So, I think eventually we're going to want to move some of these dirty uses to the back over here, and then actually convert some of this stuff to maybe some higher density. What's going on right here? Burn down. Okay. So yeah, and that's the thing. We'll need to get our garbage processing up, or else it's gonna. Once we have to move it, it's gonna be impossible to move or empty out without that processing capacity. So I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. We have our little center. We still need to add a few more kind of municipal buildings here that we just haven't unlocked yet. And I think if we need to remove this street, Mill Street, then, and maybe even Cali, we will. But we really want to, spruce this place up, because it is our kind of our old town center, town square, if you will. And this looks funky. I did not know it was going to be that funky. I kind of wish I had fixed it. It's starting to look a little bit like San Francisco. You know, it is what it is. For now, we'll just leave that alone. But yeah, yeah. San Francisco. Yeah. Okay. So our residential's going back up. I think we're gonna go to our next milestone, and we're gonna call it a day. So 2200. So yeah, we're almost at that kind of reminder that I set for myself for housing. So instead of developing more over here, why don't we focus on this farm community? And what are we looking at? We have in Coleridge Hills, we have 64 people. Sheffield Heights, we have 73. London 72. Rosewood 39. So yeah, why don't we keep on expanding our farm community. Maybe we can put a little park in here or something. Yeah, I think for now, I just want to focus on getting this residential done. So we can hit that milestone and call it a day. I'm still thinking we need to turn, what's that street called? Dixon. We need to turn Dixon into a collector. Yeah, maybe collector. Oh, forgot all about the water. It's just city skyline things. City skyline things. We're getting all the important infrastructure stuff before we let residents move in. Okay. I think we're gonna hit our milestone pretty quickly. But I think we really should consider a little park, maybe a dog park. Because this is going to be our old town, right? So our old town's going to be valuable as the city develops. Farming community, not so much. But I do see we are starting to need some commercial. And I think this would be actually a pretty good area for some commercial. I don't know that we'll move any further into that. But we'll see. It is kind of a nice little gap. We might want to leave that alone for now. Let's give our farming community some commercial areas because they also want to shop. And they should have the option to be able to walk where they shop in their own communities. I know that is super important. It definitely was when I worked for a municipal government. So trust me, people love walking in their communities to get their needs. Nobody, well, in my community, they don't want to drive to another city or town to get their groceries or clothes or whatever they need. So, trust me, I get it. We're about 120 away from our milestone, which is coming right up. Now let's check our pollution while we're at it. Because like I said, we're going to want to transition this eventually, right? So instead of zoning more dirty industries over here, we will keep on expanding our farm base. And the thing about this is, once we can, actually let's look, do we have any? We don't have any of these buildings unlocked yet. Oh, actually I probably could. If I create the industry area. Why don't we just get started on that? That might actually it can be a little tough in the beginning, but if we can do this correctly, we might be able to get a good amount of tax revenue. So let's see if we can make this work. And I think I'll do something down the middle there. And we'll plop this down. There we go. Now let's take a look at the surrounding area. This is mostly, you know, grassland. So why don't we do, instead of trees, we will do some crop fields. And I am going to want to move the entrance away from the collector. Or future collector. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I might not be able to turn this into collector without moving that. And you know what? That's okay. Okay. Why don't we put up our first field right there? We're currently losing money. That's okay. We get some more housing built. So let's look at our water. Okay, let's do our zoning. And let's add some new neighbors. Oh, there we go. Boomtown. I think we're gonna leave it here for now. I am a little bit rusty, so I'm gonna definitely try to shrink down this. Yeah, definitely a little bit rusty. But hey, let's get in the swing of things together. Watch this new town grow. I think in the next episode, I am gonna want to unlock the tile. I'm gonna want to upgrade some of these roads, improve that road network, start working on my farm industry until I can, you know, reach a few more milestones and unlock the buildings that I need to make a really vibrant downtown. And we're gonna start transitioning from our dirty industries where they were originally located and moving them towards the back, towards the other highway connection to reduce traffic issues. So thank you for tuning in, really thankful. And if you can, you know, please hit the like button and subscribe and get this channel off the ground. So thank y'all, until next time.